The PlayStation Store's fantastic holiday sale is running right now, and in this video we're going to be taking a look at 15 awesome deals under the price of just $5. All of these games are at $4.99 or less, and there are some tremendous deals available, and considering we're going over 15 titles, I'll try to make it as quick as possible with each game, so without further ado, let's get right into it. Starting things off, Bastion is available for $3.74. Bastion was Supergiant Games' first title. Since then, they have put out Transistor as well as Pyre. All of their games have been absolutely awesome, but I think Bastion is the one game that gamers go back to and just view as this iconic game. And why is that? It's got great presentation, great sound direction, and the gameplay is overall really good. Yes, it is a shorter game. You can beat it in around 6 to 8 hours, but given the fact you're only paying $3.74, the experience that you're getting out of Bastion is one worthwhile, and for this price, it is a no-brainer. Next up, we have Alienation for $2.99. Alienation is a game by Housemarque, and Housemarque have put out some fantastic games, including Dead Nation, Super Stardust HD, but Alienation is another one of their great games, and it's an isometric twin-stick shooter set in a future where aliens are invading Earth. It's got some awesome particle effects, and if you do have a couple of friends to play this game with, it can get even better. At this point, it's a little bit disappointing that Housemarque are going the Battle Royale route for their next title, but they still have a catalog of exceptional games available to you, and Alienation is one of those, and at $2.99, it is definitely worth a buy. Next up, we have Deus Ex Mankind Divided for $4.49. Now, I do have to say this was a game available with your PlayStation Plus subscription back in January, so go ahead and look. You might already have access to this game. Otherwise, to pick the game up for $4.49, that's a great deal. Now, I have made it aware that I feel that Deus Ex Human Revolution was a better game. I just felt like it was a more complete experience, while Mankind Divided from a gameplay standpoint does have more depth. Its story is really lacking compared to Human Revolution, and the ending leaves a lot to be desired. And unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see another Deus Ex title anytime soon, but Mankind Divided overall is still a very good game. Again, the gameplay is super strong, and the story that is there, it does have a lot of strong moments, and you're not paying that initial $59.99 price point for $4.49. I think Deus Ex Mankind Divided is worth a buy, especially if you are into action RPGs. Next up, we have one of the more interesting titles put out by EA, and that is FE for $4.99. EA has been putting out some more and more interesting games. Yes, they're more known for games like Battlefield, Star Wars Battlefront, and their various sports titles, but with games like A Way Out and FE, they do have some interesting games in their catalog, and specifically with FE, it's a very artistic platformer, and that $19.99 initial price, I would say, was a little bit too high, but now that it's available for 25% of that initial cost at $4.99, this is a much more palatable price, and if you're into platformers, this is one to give a look to. Moving on from that, God of War III Remastered is available for just $2.99. This is an absolutely insane deal, albeit, just like Deus Ex Mankind Divided, it was recently available as a PlayStation Plus title, so a lot of you guys might already have it, but still, if you don't, God of War III Remastered for $2.99 is absolutely exceptional, and obviously, a lot of you guys have probably become familiar with God of War recently by checking out the 2018 title. God of War 3 is a lot different than the 2018 God of War game. Of course, this one takes place in Greek mythology, and the action gameplay is presented a lot differently. Obviously, I would say that the 2018 title is far and ahead of God of War 3 Remastered, but if you still want to go back and see where Kratos' story originated from, God of War 3 is a worthwhile game to check out. Hopefully, at some point, we do have God of War 1 and 2 playable on the PS4 as of this moment. That is not the case, but God of War 3 for $3 is definitely worth a buy. A shorter game if you're decent at action games. You can complete it rather quickly, but given you're only paying $3, that's not a big issue. Moving on from that, we have one of the best PlayStation exclusives ever released. I do not think that's a hyperbolic statement, with a Journey at $2.99. Journey was a game by That Game Company. Those guys have also put out Flower, and just like Flower, Journey is a very artistic and very emotional experience. Journey isn't one of those games that slaps you with the story right in front of your face. It's a game for you to really unweave that narrative, and by the end of it, you just see it as a very, very gripping experience. Back when it was released at $14.99, I believe, it was an easy recommendation then, and now for $3, I have to give it a recommendation. I feel like this is a game that a lot of you guys have yet to check out, and it's really one of those games that showcase gaming as an art form. That's something that a lot of gamers have said about Journey, those that have played it. And considering it's available for $3, again, a no-brainer with this one. One of the best PlayStation exclusives ever. Moving on from that, we have Life is Strange The Complete Season for $3.99. Of course, Life is Strange Season 2 is running right now. Episode 2 of that will be launching next month. But Life is Strange is one of those experiences that I would say everybody should play, just because it tries to tackle a lot of mature themes. Yes, it might turn off some people, and it is a very ambitious, story-driven game with a lot of twists and turns. If you enjoyed the Telltale experience, if you want more mature thematics out of a video, video game, Life is Strange is definitely going to have you covered on that end, and considering the investment is pretty low at $3.99, I would say this is worth checking out. Moving on from that, we have one of the most iconic indie games ever, and that is Limbo at just $1.99. Now, at this point in 2018, if you haven't played Limbo, I really don't know what to tell you. It's been released on just about every platform, last generation platforms, this generation platforms, portable devices, mobile devices, you name it, Limbo has probably shown up on it. But if you want it on the PlayStation 4, and why not revisit Limbo again? At this price, it's definitely worth it. A very dark experience, and of course the guys over at Playdead did put out another game, Inside. I do believe that game is on sale as well, a little bit more expensive, but I would say that game is better than Limbo, so that's something to note as well. But Limbo for $2, of course, that's a no-brainer. Moving on from that, gotta give a recommendation to the Souls-like game in Lords of the Fallen Complete Edition for $4.49, and I would say that Deck 13 did a pretty good job with the title. If you want more of that hardcore action fare, Lords of the Fallen will have you covered, and considering it's the Complete Edition with some additional content, and it's available for just $4.49, I would say that this is a good buy. Moving on from that, Mad Max is available for $4.99. Now, in my opinion, this is one of the more underrated games of this generation. It's not an exceptional open-world game by any means. I wouldn't put it at the top 3 open-world games of this generation, but it is a rather good one. It performs well, it looks pretty good, and the combat is solid. Now, one of the main reasons this game may have not performed all too well is because it was released on the same day as Metal Gear Solid 5. Both those games being open-world, I think it's obvious to see which one gamers went with, but Mad Max turned out to be a really solid title as well. The story gets rather interesting by the end, and I would say the combat is one of the best elements of this game. It's just very satisfying, and for $4.99 you're getting a solid experience filled with a decent amount of content. Moving on from that, we've got Magicka 2 Special Edition for $3.99. Now, as far as cooperative experiences go, Magicka is up there with the best of them for just being a pure fun game. This is a game that really embodies the element of fun. Yes, it's a little bit chaotic, and everybody playing the game might be screaming at each other by the end, but that fun factor never dissipates while playing Magicka. Yes, it does have its issues, but if you want a game that isn't to be taken all too seriously, a game that is just going to offer you and your friends a lot of fun, Magicka 2 is one to pick up. The Special Edition available for just $3.99. Moving on from that, to commemorate the announcement of Mortal Kombat 11, how about you go ahead and pick up Mortal Kombat XL for $4.99. Mortal Kombat 10 was a very good fighting game. It was as visceral, as gruesome as ever, and it actually had a lot of depth to its gameplay, from the single player options, the multiplayer options. It was just a very well-rounded fighting game, and that's really become the standard for fighting games this generation. Yes, we do have Mortal Kombat 11 launching in early 2019, but we're still a few months away from that, so for now, I would recommend you to check out MKX for $4.99. That's a good deal. Moving on from that, some of you guys might not even know this game is available on the PlayStation 4 as it's more centric with PC gaming, but Mount and Blade Warband is available for $4.99. Mount and Blade is one of the most iconic franchises on PC, and thankfully Mount and Blade did make the transition over to the PlayStation 4. Is it the most smooth transition? Absolutely not, as this was a game that was really designed with PC gaming in mind. However, it still works well enough where you're getting a solid Mount and Blade experience on the PlayStation 4. The initial $19.99 or $24.99 price point may have been a bit high, especially considering on PC this game goes on sale all the time pretty cheap, but $4.99, much more palatable of a price point. And if you like what you see out of the game, I would give it a shot. Moving on from that, we have another very iconic game, a very challenging game in Rogue Legacy, and that's available for just $4.24. Now, I emphasize the word challenging. If you're getting into Rogue Legacy, have a little bit of patience with it. It's a roguelike game, and it's a challenging one at that. However, it's also a very, very addictive experience. This is an experience that a lot of gamers have spent north of 100 hours on. It's just very addicting, and it's very rewarding. Yes, you can have challenge in a game, but making a challenging game very rewarding is also very important, and Rogue Legacy really nails that. I love the look of the game as well. The presentation is on point. And at $4.24, if you like your challenging games, it is an absolute buy. And lastly is a game that goes on sale all the time, but at this price it's hard not to give it a recommendation, and that is Battlefield 1 at $3.99. Yes, Battlefield 5 is out right now, but the cheapest you're going to be getting that game is for $29.99, and yes, $29.99 for BF5 seems pretty good considering that game just came out, but I'll tell you what's better. That's Battlefield 1 for $3.99, because I would say that Battlefield 1 is a better game, better single-player campaign, better multiplayer options, and with them giving out a lot of the BF1 DLC free recently, if you took advantage of that, you can essentially get the complete BF1 experience for $3.99, and that is really great. Also, if you're worried about an inactive multiplayer community, don't be at all. There's still a sizable amount of people playing this game on the PlayStation 4, and for $4 to get in on the action, that's a no-brainer and really solid if you're looking for a high-quality multiplayer first-person shooter on the cheap. So that's going to conclude this video. Again, there are a ton of fantastic deals available as a part of this PlayStation Store sale. We went over 15 great deals under $5. $5, but there are a ton more fantastic deals, some a little bit more expensive. So if you want us to cover those, let us know in the comment section down below and sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for watching and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.